Hello traders, welcome to FreeFX. Today is the 5th of October. As I promised you, I was going to do an extra video this Wednesday. I actually recorded this video already, but it came out quite badly with the audio. I'm not sure why, but anyway, it's fixed now. And also I had my camera on, but decided to, I changed place and I was going to do it with a camera. So let's just move on to where we are. First of all, I posted some things on Twitter, and one of the things was that we've had this rather peculiar sort of scenarios where essentially we've had a weird ton of events. I've kind of tried to put it into context. So first thing is I actually did posted a chart here. So using the S&P futures, I had this chart made where I've put the futures here at the top with the volume bars, then I had the on-balance volume, then I had the ATR, and at the bottom was the advanced decline line. So as you know, we've had this sort of little rally here. Just put it back to a daily so you can see, and you know, a lot has been made of it. This sort of 2-day rally, which is about 5%. But my take on that is that basically it's a non-event. By that I mean, yes, it was great to go long on a bit of this. You know, that's different. It's just trading really. But in terms of the overall picture, I think this is very much within the downtrend. So, and in here you can see that the ATR first of all, we are at 93, and the peak was in June, the 16th of June, the last peak, and that was 101. So from 93 to 101 is not really a big step. So I think we're heading that way, which means that we're probably going to go higher, and this is going to continue to go lower. The advanced decline line has been dropping considerably since the middle of August, at the end of that bear market rally, as they call it. And that means that trend hasn't been bucked, which means more stocks declining than they're advancing. And that hasn't really changed. There's not been a big... So that's two things already that kind of ring a few alarm bells. The on-balance volume, I was just checking that. I'm not really sure what that tells us precisely, but obviously that's been dropping all the way, and it's responding to the uptick there. So that's probably not really going to make my case as much, but the other two certainly are. And the other thing I posted on here was to do with the performance. So we've had this 5% uptick, and then if you look at 2008, which is obviously what I refer back to as the previous sort of comparable, so to speak, downtrend, we have when we've had two sort of back-to-back gains of 2.5% or more, and we've had 2 days that altogether make 5% plus. Since 1960, what happens thereafter? A week after, these are the stats on average, and 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. So 2008, at different stages, we've got a few instances in 2008. The worst of them, 3 months later, gave us 30% move down. 1 month later, 21.5%, and the same one, that's September 2008, 3 points. So between October and sort of September, we've had that. Now this one is significant, the 19th of September, because 1 week later will take us to the end of September. 1 month later will take us to the 19th of October, and we are sort of heading that way. So I think we are sort of in this territory myself, where we might see, and I calculated that 30% down, and that takes us to about, I think it was the 3,000 area from where we are now, just under. And that 3,000 is a psychological kind of round number that we talked about a lot, if not us, it's been talked about a lot on Twitter. Now we have ripped past this sort of June low. I think what this is not a bounce per se. I think this is okay, it's a fake out, so it's a breakout below. Then we have this pullback, but it should be a pullback to this, which now becomes resistance. It hasn't. It's pulled back above it, but I think it's going to continue down. So I think this is a failed bounce. Some people call it dead cat bounce, and it's going to continue lower. So you can see I'm painting a picture where we're continuing lower, in spite of this advance here that we've seen. And I could sort of, quote other things as well. I could quote the fact that we've got this CCI coming to 0, and now we've had it on the 25th of August versus the basis for the Bollinger Bands, the orange line, and we've had it against the 21 moving average there. We've had it on the 12th of September, this 0 peak there as resistance, and that's where we just peaked above the basis there, and then we had the CPI release Tuesday 13th September, and then down violently. We had this uptick here, and I think this is going to basically come lower because we come to the 0 pretty much. So 25th of August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the top. So 9 to the bottom from there to here, and 9 to the top from here to there, and then maybe another week or so to the downside. I think this can achieve quite a lot. I mean, if we took the last drop, for example, that was a drop in the region of, well, if we go all the way down to the very bottom there, that is 12.9%, 13%, let's say. And if we took it from where we are now, this top, 13%, oops, I have to go in this space one. 13% will take us to about here, 3,300, okay? 3,300, that's very achievable, I think. So that's kind of where we're at. Trade-wise, go down to the 4-hour, just for see, that's what we got. And essentially, I'm short. So I did a few things, to be honest. I went long and short, and obviously because I'm a day trader, I'm not really into investing trends per se. Execution will show you what I've done. All my sins here display for all to see. So that's where I shorted again. The previous time I shorted was there, 0.5, and that was sort of end of yesterday, and then sold it back here. So sold and then closed the position there, just around here, and then sort of went short again. So kind of went short where I closed the previous trade. Expanded my stop, actually cancelled it initially because I wasn't sure how much volatility there was going to be. Didn't want to lose this trade because I think it's a good trade. It's going to continue lower. So on the 4-hour, it looks like I've completely lost this trade, although it's sort of capped around this level to 3,800 almost, and it's not going any higher. And this is just dipping. That's on the 4-hour. So actually, we're starting to see. I thought this was going higher, but I think we're going to do some kind of divergence. So I'm going to actually mark it now. I think it's probably too early to say, actually, to be fair. I'm going to make it like that. And I'll do it the same as the others, which would have been an orange. There we go. So now it joins the ranks of divergences. One, early September, this one, late September, and now here. So I think it's not quite a divergence yet. We need to have a bit more than that. But let's just kind of do that. So this is sort of moving together, and this is going higher, and this is not really moving higher. And if you go to the daily, we've seen this, we're coming to the 0, we covered that. That's the end of the video. I've got nothing else to say, except tomorrow's going to be interesting. We're obviously moving up towards the, we've had the ADP job data today, but the non-farm payrolls is coming on Friday, so all eyes on that. And new quarter, obviously. New quarter means rebalancing portfolios, etc., etc. It's be interesting to see what happens in the next few hours. So take care. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again on Friday for our next FreeFX video. Ciao.